If you are new to my page or just now tuning into me, I am Raven, your clairvoyant medium. I hope you had an amazing, beautiful day. I hope it is sunny wherever you are, and you are just surrounded by love and peace and healing on a deep rooted level. Now, as I've been growing my Raven's Third Eye Tarot Instagram, all links for that page and others of mine will be in the description box, so you can definitely check them out. Join me in my journey. But ever since coming back from the Brooklyn trip to do a 4-day event, conducting my tarot readings, a beautiful time in my life, beautiful experience. I was able to connect with some amazing minds and artists and just beautiful souls during my readings as well. It was just cathartic for me and them, So as I schedule more events and do a lot of things behind the scenes, all things for growth, all things for the better, now here I am, energized and ready to finally dip and dive into the thing I love and to give back to you. But we are going to cover some stuff today, so let's get to it. So in today's reading, we are going to find out who your secret admirer is, what their intentions are with you, and what their next actions are towards you. I keep channeling that you have someone in the low, someone keeping their eye on you, wanting to get a little closer to you, and I kind of want to dip and dive into that because I feel like there's going to be multiple chances to cross this person. I just have to be honest. Now, that is in general. Chances given aren't always equal to chances taken, So we are going to see if your secret admirer is going to use the chances that are given to them. I hope everybody is having a blessed and beautiful day today. Welcome to the pick a card portion of your reading. Today we have 3 groups to choose from, and they are associated with these 3 crystals. So whichever group of cards or crystals calls to you the most, that is going to be the group that is meant for you today. That will have the secret admirer that is most charged and connected with you. So for group 1, you have this raw amethyst cluster. And I just heard pay attention. Somebody kind of wants they want your attention. They're seeking your attention. And you also have this deck with the 5 of Swords showing. And I just heard this is intentional, okay? So these cards I am going to leave up. And if you do feel called to the card or the crystal, then that is the group that is meant for you. For group 2, you have this clear quartz crystal. I just heard clarity and resolution. I'm going to set that there. And you also have this beautiful deck. Love this color. I am going to list the decks in the description as well, just so you know. And you also have the Hierophant reversed. Then you have, listen, group 3, I just want to say real quick, I was so bubbly and excited with you, with your secret admirer's energy here. I don't know, I'm sorry. I'm just going to say I think they're freaking precious, okay? But you also have the rose quartz crystal. I really hope this is in focus. I can't tell. And I just heard resemblance, as if they may resemble you or your soul recognizes this person. They could feel like soul family to you. But you also have this awesome deck and the Knight of Cups in reverse. So whichever deck you do feel drawn to the most, that is going to be the group that holds your most prominent secret admirer. Once you decided on your group, you can click the description box below to find the timestamp to that group, and that will take you directly to your reading today. I just saw 222. So hello and welcome to your reading today. If you chose this gorgeous raw amethyst crystal, then you are group 1 and this is your reading. Today we are going to find out who your secret admirer is, along with their intentions and their next actions towards you. So this is going to be a really light and fun reading. I'm excited to dip and dive a little bit to find out who this is, how they know you, and if you already know who your secret admirer is, then this will also help you decipher how much energy you should give to this person, or Maybe if you need to set any healthy boundaries or what have you, because I'm getting a sense, I'm sorry, I'm just channeling right off the bat right now, but I'm getting a sense that whoever your secret admirer is, they do want more of your attention and energy. It doesn't feel like they're getting much of it, but they could probably have a tendency to like drain your energy, drain your attention, your focus, or, you know, if you do spend time with this person, they could really just like take up a lot of your time, your attention, your focus, and then that could potentially have you neglecting other connections or other parts of your life. So with that whole spiel out of the way, let's actually dip into tarot to get a little more detail. I just saw 444, but I also have to be back, so sorry. Okay, I'm back. I actually forgot I have these oracle cards as well that do depict characteristics of people, faces, example. So these can actually help paint a broader picture of who this person is and how you would even know them. But first we're going to see who this person is, how you will know them, how you can recognize who this person is. And I do want to start with tarot first, and then we will get a little more detail with those message cards as well. So, who is Group 1 Secret Admirer? They said I told you. So you know this person, or they had already expressed how they do feel about you. They do feel connected to you as well, as if a deep soul connection. You may have even identified this person as a twin flame, whether currently or at a point you had felt like this person was a twin flame or somebody who was connected to you like that, in that soul way. They were definitely meant to cross your path at some point or another, but I do feel like you know this person. Okay, we're going to use these. Yeah. Six of Pentacles with the Ace of Cups. So this person, how you would know them is because there has been I just heard a defiant. There's been a definite ending between you two within your relationship, your connection. If you are still connected, it's for other reasons, for material purposes, or you are connected to them through other people. You could share the same friend group, for example, with the Six of Pentacles here. But they are somebody who gave a lot to you, a lot of time, energy, and attention, and it was reciprocal. It's giving me the energy of like, I needed you. They could have been really giving at first, really receptive to you and your energy. But with the Ace of Cups, it feels like there has been a separation. The love doesn't flow both ways anymore. It only flows one way, or you really put a cap on it. You had told yourself, I can't express what I want to with you. I can't actually extend myself in the same way, because I see you were both with the Six of Pentacles. It's an equal give and take. It's a balanced connection. I'm gaining from you, but I'm also giving so much to you. But yet they're gaining so much from you, and yet also giving so much to you as well. It feels really, really balanced at a point, but there was a separation where you felt like I can't give to you anymore. What I was investing in, you had said about this person, if I put any more into you, I'm going to actually be depleting myself. I'm going to lose in the end. It's not worth my time, effort, and energy. But there's an underlying hum where you wish you could, you want to. With this Ace of Cups, there is still, I just heard a light on for this person. There could potentially still be a light on for this person. You do hold some capacity of love, care, or thought even towards this person. I do sense a lot of reminiscing as well, reminiscing about the times when you were more connected, where it didn't feel one-sided, where it didn't feel like it was depleting you. It feels like they were taking your resources. Now that's your time, energy, or attention. Like I had channeled before, they could have really started to like suck you dry and deplete you. And it's like, how long can this go on for? How long is this going to last? And it feels like you had to ultimately choose yourself in the end, because the Seven of Pentacles it's a number of challenges and conflict and struggle. That connection in the long run seemed to cost more than it was giving. It seemed to take more from you than you had to give. It made you question your values at times. It made you question their intention at times. I really feel like their intention with you was really at a questionable point. Are you just manipulating me? Do you even really care? Was that care that you gave to me before honest? Did you really mean what you said when you told me, when you expressed yourself to me, when you expressed your emotions, your love for me, your care for me? I just heard your devotion. It's like they had, and I just heard pretended. Now that could just be from your perspective that they pretended to love you, care for you. I just feel you may have felt they pretended certain things within this connection, certain ways of them expressing their emotions, because you weren't even sure of their intention. They didn't make a lot of things clear. It feels like things started to get really confusing with this person. How will they know their secret admirer? I just heard they can't keep in touch with you right now. They could be in another commitment or just placing their energy in different avenues as well with this Seven of Pentacles. You would know them because you were, no longer attached to them, even energetically, the same way you were. It feels like you had to pull back. And it may have been too because they chose that too. It's like you're doing that for yourself. Okay, well then, healthy boundaries wise, I also need to do that for myself. How will they know? Group 1. You, again, 9 of Cups, you had to choose yourself. You had to start placing those healthy boundaries. Again, with this 9 of Pentacles, with this 9 of Cups, you had to place, and I just heard face, your healthy boundaries. That could have just even been a lesson that you had learned within this connection. You had to learn healthy boundaries. You had to learn your worth. It's like you had to reinstill. You had to be woken up to this truth within yourself of your potential, of how valued you actually are in connections and relationships, of how much you have to give. Listen, okay, and I want to say as well, this person puts you on a pedestal. They almost made you out to be I just heard irresistible. You were irresistible to this person, but they kind of made you out to be unearthly. Like you are not real to this person to a certain extent. It wasn't like they could take this connection realistically only because there's a sense of delusion in a way with these Cups cards, their emotions. There's a detachment where their thoughts, like I picked up here, something with their thoughts in their, excuse me, when I channel, I will stutter, mumble, and jumble up my words. So if you hear that, that's what's happening. Messages are still coming through. So I hope they meet you clearly. They may have been in this sense of delusion at times when it comes to their emotions. In the back of the deck, energy is the 10 of Wands here, which is showing me that their energy was also taken away a lot of the time, or it was like you had long stretches where you had to you both. I feel like they definitely did too. They had to focus on their work. This is how you would know them. They really had to put a lot of time, energy, focus into their work. Maybe you were their light at the end of the tunnel of every week. You could have seen them, every weekend. They kind of used you as an escape. Not necessarily in a way to manipulate you though. You were, a good time. You were somebody who they wanted to give to with the 6 of Pentacles. They did feel a sense of devotion to you, like they wanted this. They wanted you. They wanted to give to you. Giving to you made them feel something within them that they haven't felt in a while. I feel like you were really special to this person. Again, with the 9 of Cups, you were like a wish fulfillment for this person. And maybe that's why they felt, like I'm not ready for you. I'm not emotionally able to give you what you deserve and what you need. And so you stayed in the space of being a dream come true, a wish fulfillment to this person, to where you were kind of out of their league. You were kind of it was like unrealistic that they felt these things, but materially they couldn't align you into their reality. I feel like they're a really materialistically based person. That doesn't mean they're money hungry at all. It feels like, they use money for experiences. And it feels like you did have a lot of experiences with this person. You could have, spent that time and just energy physically with them. You really wanted that. That was a heavy focus in this connection. But then once you found out that it was almost a one-way street here. They were not emotionally available enough for this connection to see its fullest potential, and then you had to pull back. Things eventually, and this could have happened just really quickly as well too though, but things eventually got to a point where it's like, I see what it is. You're not available, and I can't keep this connection in the same state that it has been. I have to make changes in my life, my material world. I feel stunted in ways. I feel like I can't progress in ways I really want to. They could have even interfered with you and other connections, I see. They could have like a jealous streak, or they just needed more from you than you had to give, than you were even able to. And you saw that it wasn't going to be beneficial if you did give more. So I have to choose myself. I have to look after myself. I have to find my happiness for me. Whew. So that is how you will know this person. But let me see about some characteristics of this person to get a little more detail before we see what their intentions are and their next actions. I'll kind of clump that together so this won't be such a long reading. But how will group 1 know this person exactly? Wavy hair, round face. I'm getting this energy of they see themselves in you. So you could resemble this person in certain ways, and yet you could look really different from this person. But it says wavy hair and round face. And again, look at this. How I said the juxtaposition of the differences in you. This is like white hair, blonde hair, dark hair, light lips, dark lips. There is this sense of comparison, and yet you feel like divine counterparts. Stark differences, and yet you move so well together. You almost complete each other, but it's not that you aren't two separate whole people already. It's just once you found each other, it's like we fit. I found my other half. Holy crap. And I think I had channeled that before as well. You felt the twin flame, syndrome. I want to say you felt like, my soul recognizes you. You are a part of me. We are very different people. You could come from different backgrounds, definitely different ways of expressing yourself. One of you could be the introvert and the other one's really extroverted and wild and weird, and but yet you're quieter. You could be the quiet person and could be a little weird yourself. You could also have tattoos. How else would they know this person? Who is this person, Spirit? Who is group 1's secret admirer? Who is group 1's secret admirer? Red lips reverse. Whoa. Sorry, I just channeled so much from this card. So you have red lips. It is in reverse, but look at this person, this stare, this face. They cannot forget your face. It's like you gave them a look, and this goes under the Ace of Cups in reverse. Once things got real serious, once, it's like, where is this going? That's the energy. They notice it's starting to be real serious, and they can't mess around with you. They couldn't take you seriously in the way that you deserved. I want to say they do respect you regardless of their actions, because I was just told their actions were immature within this connection. It doesn't mean that their feelings were not true. It's like they didn't know how to even handle how they felt. They weren't sure of how much to extend to you, and you're somebody who deserves to be taken seriously. So they may have even pulled away from you out of fear because of the seriousness, and they're saying, I know I disappointed you. I know you expected so much more out of me in this connection. They almost can't even look at you. You may have them blocked, or they may kind of keep their distance from you, but sometimes they do see you, and they just feel there's unfinished business here. It feels like they're going to come back because there's unfinished business. There's words that were left unsaid between you and this person, and they feel timid and shy in regards to approaching you and how they feel. They're ignoring a lot of their emotions for you too. I feel like they still hold a space for you, just as you may for them, and yet it's like they are ignoring it. They're kind of running away from it. to not face it because it is more serious than they're even able to. They don't have the emotional capacity right now for what this connection deserves. How else will they know this person, Spirit? How else will they know? Tattoos reversed, baby faces reversed. It feels like you had future plans with this person that didn't come into fruition as well with this. With a tattoo, that takes time and it's planning. Like it feels like there were plans that didn't reach their full potential with this person. And then this is being clarified as well with the Seven of Pentacles, where things had to just be uprooted. You had to take your energy back and kind of give up your position within this connection. And with Babyface, it feels like that's the stunt. That's where we're stunted in the early stages of this connection because we weren't able to grow and mature and bring our plans into fruition. We weren't able to fully get to certain depths within each other. Somebody was stubborn here with the Seven of Pentacles. Somebody was stubborn in this connection and you only got to see a surface level. That's why a Babyface is here. You only got to see them on their surface, or maybe they only wanted you to see their best side. And that really limited the potential of this connection because they feel like they can't open up fully to you. They weren't able to be that for you, to develop this connection further in the way that you did both hope for. And again, tattoos coming up because a tattoo has something to do with you and this person. You could just have tattoos. Maybe you have matching tattoos. They remarked on a tattoo. They're really looking at a specific tattoo. It's like they know you because of something specific. It could be a big one or like prominent. Like I have my snake right in the middle of my chest here. Something like that. And then you have scars as well. They have a lot of wounds. Their wounds, they keep inside. You wouldn't see how affected they really are by life. And that's another reason why they're scared to let people go deep. It's like, I don't even want, you could have really seen into these scars as well, I want to say, because it's coming under the Nine of Cups. You're somebody who is secure within yourself in this connection. You were being presented and shown and known for somebody who is secure within themselves, their body. You know what you want, and you're not going to take any less than the best. And I just heard straight through them. You saw their scars, things that they hid from a lot of people. They use their actions and their goofiness or their their ego as a mask to hide these wounds and scars. And once you see that of them, they feel erratic. It feels like my mask is broken. Like I can't face you because you don't see the mask I'm trying to portray, or because I can't hide from you anymore. So this person's saying, I want you to see me. They're scared of the scars and wounds from the past. Again, it's this feeling of like, I want to address these issues, especially with scars reversed. We need to acknowledge the things that aren't right or aren't going right, or the things that did happen and that we need to mend. And they don't want you to fix them either. I want to say that too. They're not planning for you to fix them. They don't want you to fix them. Maybe that was an issue within your connection. There's this energy of, I'm not broken, so you don't need to fix me. Don't see me as a victim. That type of energy with this person. They don't want to be seen as a victim, and they don't want you to feel like you need to fix them. Let's see what their intentions and next actions are towards you. What is Group 1's person's intentions and next actions? The Seven of Pentacles. It feels like they have to wait. They've been placed into this position of being patient, of really focusing on the things that are right in front of them, and also to work on themselves so that when the chance does come up where they would see you, they would cross paths with you, because it's really a passive energy as well with the Seven of Pentacles. It's the energy of, I've nurtured the soil, I've planted the seed, I've watered it, I've done all I can to really make sure that I am going to have a healthy and stable harvest, and that my efforts are going to be rewarded in the end. It's definitely the energy they had started with, and their intent is to fall back on that initial intention of a healthy stable outcome. And that is going to take time, that's going to take effort, that's going to take work on themselves. And they're saying, I have a lot of work to do on myself. I have a lot of things I need to put my time, energy, and focus into. What are Group 1 secret admirers' intentions and next action, Spirit? Wow. Okay. Woohoo. So you have the World and the Emperor coming out. They're creating and developing a whole other world. They're saying you wouldn't even recognize me. They don't know if you would recognize them anymore. In some ways, it feels like there has been a lot of time in between you seeing each other, really interacting with each other, even physical time and space. They're saying we're so distant that it feels like there's two different worlds. And I see you, creating a whole life for yourself. You're creating a whole other world. You're achieving so many things for yourself. They're really highlighting this. Now, these are major arcana cards as well. So this is a big change and development within your connection. Bring it back to the connection, because they're saying just in life, they see that you are wanting to have secure foundations for yourself. You really implemented some rules, or I just heard like strategies for yourself that allowed you to achieve something major in your life. And they're saying, I was a part of that journey. And they're acknowledging, if that's all I am to you, was that major change and development within your journey, then that harvest that I have been trying to cultivate within this connection, that was successful. Because it feels like they did kind of contribute to some of these achievements, these milestones within your journey of having stability and foundations. They could have really stimulated this end of cycle, this end of a major chapter for your life. They could have really symbolized a lot for you in your life. What are their next actions and intentions? Their next actions and intentions as well. Okay. So they're saying they want to be a part of the new in your life. They want to really acknowledge you and the things that you are achieving and succeeding at. They're saying like I said, they did see something of you if you aren't in contact at all, because the 8 of Wands came out as well, which is telling me that this is like a loss of progression, slow movement, cut off contact, really just focusing on themselves. They had to shift their perspective. They had to shift their energy, their focus, their attention, and it feels really erratic at times as well. So even if they would come to you right now, it would not be stable. It feels like they would probably come in real fast, come in on the fly, out of nowhere potentially, and it may not go very far just because it wouldn't be on stable grounds. And they are acknowledging that as well. Like I said, they want to be able to have something stable for you to return to. And I just heard, if that's the choice you want to make, if you want to come back to this person, they're happy with that time and space that is needed, because it's allowing for something to ground that would have real potential. Because right now they're acknowledging it's like the potential is waning almost. Let me get a clarifier with this 8 of Wands though. Feels like indecisiveness. And again, like with the 7 of Pentacles reversed, like they were just ignoring you. They're trying to ignore this connection. And you do have the 3 of Swords that came out to clarify that as well. That is acknowledging your separation. And again, there needs to be a real, honest discussion. This can cause, bring up pain from the past. And again, it's like some things need to be addressed. This is going to be hard to handle, hard to say. This could be a third-party situation if you are already aware of this. If you don't know about another third-party situation, then that's not the case for you. But for the others who know of a third-party interference here within this connection that they are with, it feels like they're still with them, and that's why they can't actually come to you, or they're still dealing with a separation from somebody in their past, and it's really just, it's like they can't even pursue you because of that right now. That would need to be addressed and talked through and healed. That's something that needs healed within your connection. Now, what are their next actions, Spirit? What are their next actions? It feels like their intention is to have that discussion with you, but they're not putting any effort into making that happen. It's, to them, it's really like, this is divinely guided. Your connection is divinely guided. When they will see you is divinely guided. They will see you when they are meant to see you with this Emperor card. It feels like there's going to be a specific time and a place where they are meant to see you. And that's kind of what they're waiting for. So they're letting it up to the universe. They're not putting any more energy into this connection. They need to heal themselves. There's healing that needs to be done within this connection. But action-wise, what they are doing for this connection is working on themselves, focusing on themselves, making sure that they are stable, that they are accountable. And again, the Emperor does speak on accountability, and they want to make sure that they are accountable within the things in their own life, the seeds that they are planting in their own life, the things that are really taking up a lot of time and energy to cultivate and grow. And they are achieving things. So they're seeing this is the right way. This is the way that it's supposed to go. And I'm acknowledging this. It's upsetting. It takes from me. As soon as my attention or focus goes onto this connection, it feels so ungrounding. It messes with my energy. I get confused. There is a sense of confusion. And a confusion about how to move forward with you as well. What steps to take to move forward. What are their intentions in next action, Spirit? And their next actions is the 9 of Cups reversed, because they're not happy right now with their current circumstance, I heard. And this is regarding to love and connection. I'm not trying to look at life as a whole here, but there are things in their life that really are just really demanding of them. But as far as connection and relation, they aren't happy with their current circumstance, and they're really fighting to have this happy ending. Whether it be with you or with somebody else, they're really self-focused with this 9 of Cups. They're acknowledging just how unsatisfied they are. And they're saying how unsatisfied, like, you are with them. They're almost questioning, why would you even want to get back with me? Or why would you want to be with me? Because I can't satisfy you, apparently, they're saying. Channel messages from them. I can't satisfy you in the way that you want or think you need. For some, I see that there was a situation with ego. So if that's with you, and you know that ego played a part in the dismantle of this connection in some way, then take that as you. But if that is not you, then this is, ego falling on your person within this connection. But there's a situation here with ego getting in the way, and you could have had ego clashing, especially with, you're the 9 of Cups upright and they're the 9 of Cups reversed. It's like you both want what you want, but you both aren't getting what you want, and they just feel like, I can't satisfy you. I can't give you what you need. So I don't feel a reason to continue to feed into this. They are open to healing within your connection with the 3 of Swords. They are open to an honest conversation, honest communication. But right now they are focusing on their responsibilities, whatever is their priority. It's just tending to their immediate needs and the needs that they see in the long run. The things that they see need to grow for them and are going to benefit them in the long run. So I'm going to pull a few runes for you real quick to see any lasting messages, and then I'll give you your advice card to move forward on. What else do they need to know regarding this connection, Spirit? Oop. So you have the 3 circles, the Sun, and the Eye. All of these are letting me know, okay, they do see you. It's like they see you. You're somebody who is a valued member of society. It feels like you're valued within your community is what it is. You are seen as somebody who is inspiring, important, and their connection with you is so important to them, whether you see this person or not. For this Eye to come out, it's signifying the importance of the surrounding runes, the importance of the connection that you have, and the bonds that you did form. This also speaks on a friend group as well. You may know them through other people, or you may know their friends. And the Sun card is speaking on the success, the happiness, the fulfillment that you did have. And they're saying you still are successful. You're still fulfilling a need within a certain group of people or a community. And then you have the scythe with the blank, which is showing the changes and new beginnings for both of you separately. This struggle needed to happen within your connection to be able to show you. You have the male symbol and the multiple directions here, which is showing me this is really like Aries energy. Like, I have to take charge. I have to see my other options. But they're saying you may be mirroring each other in the way that your separation was caused intentionally by higher forces. It was not in your control. This is actually exactly what was supposed to happen so that you could grow, to give you more initiative, to allow you to see your other options and that you aren't optionless. You know, there's other ways and avenues that you could go or you could place your energy, time, focus, and energy into. They are not your only option. They're not your only choice. And Spirit's saying that as well. This person is, I just heard, you know, is meant to be kept in the past. They were meant to be a part of your story, but they are not meant to be the only part of your story. You have other people coming in. You have other people going, I just heard. You're really in this changeable energy when it comes to your connections and your potential. I heard you're creating a lot for yourself. Spirit wants you to keep moving in that direction. Where's your intention? Because your energy is going to go where attention flows. Energy will flow where attention goes. So be mindful of where you're putting your energy, who you're giving your time and energy to. And I'm also being shown, Spirit saying, those people who you decide to place that energy, attention, focus into, they also need to contribute to your future. And the direction symbol is actually coming at a caution because some people could take advantage of the time you give them, the energy you give them, and their desires for the future aren't the same as yours. What they want for their life is not the same as yours. It feels very evident. You will know exactly the people who I'm talking about when you kind of evaluate your circle or your life, and to just be cautious and wary. It doesn't mean you can't have, you know, those people around you. This could be like weekend friends, okay? But don't make the weekend your entire life story, because that's going to take from you. It's going to take your resources. It's going to take your potential from you. Spirit saying you have so much potential. You have the star rune here, and this is speaking about future and potential and growth and happiness. And I just heard abundance. They're saying, no, you better throw out that abundance, okay? Because financially, I don't know if you feel like you may be insecure in some ways, but it's just a side note here. And Spirit's saying you have potential. Use it. Don't let anybody abuse it. Keep your time, energy, and focus, they said, on the things that matter. And in this present moment, what matters right now? You know, like I said about the weekend, it's not like we have to forget the weekend or those people we hang out on the weekends with, but make sure that you're keeping healthy boundaries, because people can take advantage of you and not even intentionally meaning to, but you're on a certain path in life right now that needs a lot of your focus, a lot of your energy, and it needs you to step into that more masculine energy as well within your connections, your communication style. I just heard you need to be more assertive. You need to stand in your purpose, stand in your worth, know your value. It's going right over the 9 of Cups here. Know your value. You are this wish fulfillment, okay? You're wish fulfillment for a lot of people, I feel like, and that's why some people could feel like they kind of keep you in this lucid dream realm within their own mind because they can't meet your standard, and so you seem unobtainable to them. You're a wish fulfillment. You know, they can't even imagine a life with you. So how serious can they really take you, you know? So just be mindful of those people who you may be getting those signs from, or who you feel are just taking more than you even have to give, who are not filling your cup up, okay? Because you are plenty capable of making your own self happy, and your happiness does need to start within you first. Make yourself happy before you can make anyone else happy, and make yourself happy before you require anyone else to add to that cup. Honestly, I feel like Spirit saying that's all the advice they actually wanted you to know. So the runes kind of played its part in doing that for you here in your reading. I really hope these messages came through clearly for you and you were able to get a better picture of who your secret admirer is and where now to place your energy, because you have so much growth ahead of you, potential ahead of you, a lot more people coming into your life, and it could confuse. Like if you added them into your life right now, because with this blank card, it doesn't feel like they're in your life right now. They're very separated, very removed from your true story, I want to say, because they only see glimpses of you. Maybe they only see you on social media. They only see you in the store or in passing. They're only getting glimpses of you. But you have other connections to make, to fortify, to grow in. And it kind of feels like networking as well. So make sure you are in your masculine, assertive energy in the most helpful and beautiful, receptive way, because your potential is asking for you. You need more of you, okay? I hope you find your happiness in every single moment, in every single day, because it starts with you. Definitely leave a like if this resonated with you. Drop a comment if you feel comfortable to, because I love reading your comments, let me be honest. And I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day or night. Aww, look at my baby. Oh wait, Obsidian, come here. This is my baby. He's my familiar, Obsidian. Looky. Oh, the Jubby. I call him Jubby Buddha. My Jubby Buddha. Hello and welcome to your reading. If you chose this clear quartz crystal, then you are group 2 and this is your reading. So today we are going to find out the cards flipped everywhere. We're going to find out who your secret admirer is, what their intentions are with you, and what their next actions are towards you. Clear the energy here. We're also going to use these cool little cards to find out characteristics of your person. And I'm actually going to finally introduce my runes into the readings because I get so many messages out of them. And they're just a beautiful little tool that I've been wanting to add to my YouTube readings. I do have a full rune reading on my Instagram, if you want to check that out, Raven's Third Eye Tarot. My Instagram link will be in the description box below, but let's get into your reading. Who is group 2's secret? I just heard understanding. I wonder what I had channeled at your pick a card, your pick a group. I swear I heard understanding or clarity or something like that, but sorry, I'm just channeling so much. I've been so open recently. Dreams have been amazing. I also want to do a little dream reading too. And speaking of dreams, I feel like I need to use these. So your cards, your secret admirer, how you will know them is the Ace of Cups and the Seven of Cups. They fantasize about you. They daydream about you. They do have an open... They're telling me, like, my heart is so open to you, and yet there is confusion here. There could be confusion about how you feel. They come with so much love, so much care. You would know them because, like, that's their initial energy too. As soon as you enter a conversation with this person, because if it feels like there's a lot of ungrounded energy, you may not have physically met with this person. I'm gonna get more messages, of course, but for some of you, it feels like you haven't spent much physical time with this person. Maybe you're only communicating online or through text, or if you do spend any physical time with them, it could just be really fleeting, or maybe you see them, when you're out and about, like at a bar, at a party, at a show, something like that, to where boundaries could get muddled, confusing, or blurry. But there is a confusion on where they stand with you in this connection, because it feels like they see you in their dreams or in their fantasies a lot more than they get to spend that physical time with you. So then that naturally allows just for a lot of confusion, But how will group 2 know who their secret admirer is, Spirit? How will they know? You also have the Four of Cups, and I feel like this is where understanding comes into play. You may have expressed something to them. Emotions and intentions aren't clear within your connection. You would know this person because they feel like they feel emotionally stunted in ways. They feel like they can only go so far with you. It does feel like they're being patient. It feels like they're really wanting to know how you feel. I felt that from the beginning. They have their cup open for you. They want this new beginning. There's a lot of optimism, especially within the beginning when you first met this person. You may have brightened up each other's spirits. There's a lot of hope, a lot of optimism, a lot of love and care and lightheartedness and like open-heartedness. But as we progress within your connection, within the time that they've known you, because again, it feels like they may not know you fully because they're really relying on the little bit that you give them. It just feels like you may not be giving much. Maybe you aren't really emotionally available to this person, and that's why themselves they had to kind of cap their own emotions and be patient with you. And still, it's like they want to keep you so close. You would know this person because they don't say too much. Their energy probably says more than their mouth, more than they can verbally express to you. They are somebody who is quiet, who is seen as quiet, who is seen as caring, kind, full of love. But the reciprocity here is what's into question, is what comes into question here. They want to be so close to you. They feel like they want to hold you, hug you. Wow, again, they may dream of you. When they dream or fantasize about you, it's of closeness. There's not even much word. It is all emotion. It's felt in the heart space. It's felt in potential loss. For some, that's only because they may be keeping their emotions at a certain point because they're scared to lose you. They're scared to cross a boundary with you and then make it more challenging than it needs to be. How will they know this person, Spirit? How will group 2 know this person? 3 of Cups here. It feels like there was a separation. They could be stuck in the friend zone, I want to say. It feels like there was discord within a friend group or within a connection that had caused this person to not get that much time with you. I'm getting this energy of being stable to the point they're not content. How you will know this person. This person wants more of you. They want more of you emotionally. They want more of you like physically. And they also do use physical touch, physical intimacy as a way of connection, as a way of expressing themselves. And they aren't actually that sexually active with a lot of people. So those who they are, that's how they express their love, their care, their affection. And it feels like they want that with you. It feels like they had it at a time, or like they want more of that from you. They're really reminiscing about those times, those intimate moments with you. And yet there's a separation here with this 3 of Cups. There's potential isolation. Again, how I said, it feels like you said something to this person that made them have to put a cap on their emotions towards you, or how invested they can be with you, and they just feel so separate. They don't like it. They want to be closer to you. They want that emotional intimacy with you. You have all cups cards here, and still this Ace of Cups love. It's like no matter what you would choose, this person would always care for you. Like it just feels like unconditional love and care for you, even if this is on a friendship level, again, because it feels like if you are friends with this person, like they would have pulled away from your usual friend circle group. They're not as close to you as they used to be. But they don't like it though. It's like they're so respectful. They will respect their boundaries. They don't want to overstep, again, like I said. They don't want to end up investing so much and it cause like discord between you and other connections. They don't want to do that. They don't want to cause any trouble. How will they know this person? I feel like I need to get more clarifiers here with tarot though. Before I go into these other more descriptive cards, you have the Tower under the Ace of Cups. So there was a sudden change, discord. How will they know this person? Hold on, let me pull more cards. I'm like invested. This is a whole story here. How will group 2 know this person? Who's their secret admirer? Oh. You have the Sun card under the Three of Cups. Remember I said about that unconditional love? You make them so happy. They would never want to upset you. It's like they love the people you love. Like, that matters to them. If you have kids, those kids matter to them. They just want to be something so positive in your life. They don't want to... And yet there's so much confusion. The back of the deck energy here is the Queen of Pentacles. They see you as somebody well established. They see you as somebody who is a caretaker. You may have children. Again, children came up, but you may have children. You may be really tending to plants. It's like a home, garden, a family. You are just somebody who is very nurturing in nature. They just really want to talk about you. But they're highlighting a situation here that caused a separation between you and them, where there was this sudden, abrupt change. It's like the closer they got to you, the more they opened up to you, the more disruption there was. It's just like chaos, like bam. They don't even understand, like, what happened. So this sudden disruption, this upheaval, this change of circumstance created a lot of confusion within this connection with this person. That disruption and confusion within your connection caused you to be cold, whether directly to this person or indirectly, but it kind of feels like indirectly. You may have turned away from them. It feels cold, it feels calculating. You have the Queen of the Queen of Wands in reverse. It speaks of like jealousy. It's just giving me like jealousy, coldness, aggressiveness, arguments, anger. It's not directly linked to this person, and yet it affected this person, okay? You would know them because they feel like they're just a part of that collateral. They feel like there's so many things that were left unexpressed. There were secrets that they don't want to dive into, or it's like they had to cap themselves off because there were secrets in this connection, and they didn't know where you stood, what you wanted, where you were headed to, like where you're going, what you want for yourself. There was just so many unknowns with this Moon card here, and then it's clarifying the Four of Cups. That's why they had to cap it. That's why they could only take their emotions so far, regardless of how much they want to give to you. It's like, if this is where I have to be, this is where I have to be. They aren't necessarily satisfied, but they are respectful of those boundaries. And they are going to continue to find and seek their happiness where they need to, with other people who make them feel like home, who make them feel cherished, who value them, who help them be seen for who they truly are. And a part of that, they value that within you too, though, because you did make them feel seen. You gave them a sense of home, of true connection. And yet there's this separation with the Three of Cups. There was discord is what it feels like. And that disharmony also left you in that position of the Sun card, to where you had to see, where the grass is greener. You had to develop yourself in a way that was healing of your ego. There was a situation here that left you needing to heal. I just see kids again, so if the kid's message pertains to you, I see you really having to just focus on your kids. You had to focus on tending to the parts of you, the softer parts of you, that need and deserve your love. And although they want to do that for you as well, there's this harmony. That's how you know them. Like, they want to give to you, but there's too many unknowns. They can't. They're being capped off here. They're not being allowed to extend to you any further. But there's a lot of care for you. They see that you are nurturing, or that you have a lot of responsibilities, a lot of things to tend to care for, and they're very respectful of that. But this Tower card disrupted your ability to connect with them fully and more deeply. And so they're just left with a lot of confusion now, and misunderstandings is what it feels like. How will group 2 know this person, Spirit? How will group 2 know this person? I feel like there's such a disconnect. I'm really disconnected from this person, because it feels like you aren't emotionally available for this person, and they sense it. If you are around them, because again, they could be a part of your friend group that you separated from. You could have met them through friends. It feels like there's this third party force. Because I don't know if I want to say interference. For some it could be, but it feels like you know them through other friends, or you know of them because of a social situation. You have not spent enough time with them. It just feels like you need more time with them. You need to be more expressive with them. You need to let them know like why you have certain boundaries up, where that's stemming from, why you can't be so emotionally available. What's this confusion about? Why do you feel like you have to put on a fiery front? You feel like you have to be a certain type of person around them, and yet it's stunted. It's not your full self. Maybe it's not even your best self sometimes. Maybe it's like you're scared to let them in. They make you feel all the feels, okay? You feel that too. You feel them energetically, emotionally. But there's fear, there's confusion, and yet there's this acknowledgement of how happy they do make you, of that sense of home and like welcoming. On a real note, if you would reach out to them, if you're not in contact at all, if you would still reach out to this person, you know they are just that type of person that they would be there for you. For some of you, it feels like you don't even think you deserve that, so you don't reach out to them, and that's why the emotions are capped at 4 cups. You have to both just settle on how you feel for one another, because it could be worse. It's kind of the energy I'm getting. How will they know this person's spirit? How will they know their secret admirer? Average build, white American. So for some of you, this is a very direct description of this person. They could be at an average build, and they could be a white American. They could focus on their fitness. Fitness could be how or why you know them. Or you could really focus on how they are built, their body. Their physical could really catch your eye, pull you in. They could come off as poised, quiet, and yet the things that they have to say are intriguing. It feels like they have important things to say, but they could be selective about who they talk to or the things that they do say. How will they know them, Spirit? How will they know their secret admirer? How will group 2 know their secret admirer? I just heard achievement. Busty chest. Goodness, okay. But again, it's talking about they could have a busty chest, but I'm seeing here this is yoga. Again, they could be really into their fitness, their body. They take care of themselves because that's what makes them feel healthy. All of these are showing me fitness is involved, or they're really focused on their health, their physical health, their mental health, being grounded. They really like to be grounded. Someone who may like to just be in nature or have a lot of solitude, time to themselves. Somebody who values the things that they say themselves. So they are selective of who they talk to, of who they open up to. They really want your attention. I just feel like they miss you. Medium hair. This is in reverse. Their hair may change. I just heard change color. They may change the color of their hair, or whenever you see them, their hair could be a different style. Medium hair. They hide their face with their hair even at times, or it's just long and it's everywhere. It's like crazy, so it's kind of like masking their facial features a little bit. Exaggerated features. What I say about features, they may like to accentuate their features with makeup. They may really like to play around with it. They do like their appearance. They're really attentive to their appearance. Little things, subtle things they do to their appearance. That's how you would know them. And yet those subtle things make like a drastic impact. I even see this person has their nails painted. They could be really down to earth with a bougie flair. That type of thing. That's definitely one of them. That could be how you know this person. Pregnant. Again, they could have kids, you could have kids, you could have thought about the potential of the future and yet not fully met it. With the exaggerated features, you could have had really intense moments with this person, or the time that you do get with them, spend with them, it's really impactful. And it does have the potential to be carried on. Whatever you learn from this person, or whatever you could take away from this person, whether in conversation, inspiration, they're just a really impactful person. I feel like you couldn't miss them. To know them, you couldn't miss them. It could just be a really impactful friendship that was impacted by another friend in the connection, or other outside forces, or a relationship with somebody who just, like I said, the grounding, it didn't fully ground, and yet it's been so impactful. They were really impactful, and yet the foundation was completely demolished. But something still feels like it needs to come into grounding. Something still needs to happen. So what are their intentions and next actions towards you? I hope that was enough information for you to get an idea. I don't feel like Spirit has much more to say. You definitely had shared friends, or you know each other's, circle. I do sense an insecurity here. And yet that insecurity, because it feels like an insecurity of yours. You could be insecure of your body, okay? But none of these insecurities actually stem from this person or this connection. If your insecurities interfered with your connection with them, how close you allowed them, if your insecurities made you feel confused about your feelings for them, this insecurity, I just heard, stems from long ago. It doesn't have anything to do with this person specifically, and yet it affected the connection, or it affects your emotional availability to this person. For some, you could feel like they outshine you in some ways. That could have been like part of an insecurity for somebody. But what are their intentions and next actions? This came out for group 1 too, the first one. You have the 7 of Pentacles here. Their intention is to take things slow. It's like they want to be slow. They want to be responsible. The Judgment card came out. Why do I feel so detached? I don't know if it's you or them. It feels, I'm really ungrounded. Let me get my amethyst. I feel really ungrounded. I feel really detached from reality, from the present moment. And Judgment's here to say, like, wake up. Like, you need to bring yourself back into reality, back into your body, especially because that's paired here with this grounding card that I saw. This person could, again, be somebody who is really grounding to you, or really helps you connect with the present moment. You may have really slow, calm, grounding moments with this person, and yet they're very abrupt. It's like truth comes out. Like, don't ignore the truth is what Spirit's saying. Don't ignore the truth of this person. Don't ignore the truth of this connection. And don't ignore your potential, the truth of how you feel. Sorry, I don't know where that video just cut off, but there's a lot more potential to have within this connection. This will take time. This will take slow, calculated, potentially, movement. Very intentional movement within this connection. And that is their intent as well, to just take it slow, but they want to be very intentful. They need truth in this connection. They want honesty. They want this judgment moment where everything comes into alignment. It just feels like it's this energy of like something needs to happen. Something needs to happen. They may be manifesting or trying to make something happen within this connection. They do want action. They want forward movement, and they want clarity and honesty. This person's about to break their neck. My goodness, what the heck? Look at this person here. Can you see them right here? They're about to break their neck trying to anything, just give it to me. Like, they need truth. They need clarity from you. They want you to reach out to them potentially, to give them this, to be more open and honest. And again, with the Judgment card, I don't feel like they want to judge you. They don't. They have a tight grasp on karma. I want to say that as well. And it feels like karma does have a role to play here. I know this isn't the Justice card, which would then speak about karma, but it feels like karma had something to do with your connection, and that caused a lot. And their intentions are to be able to rectify any confusion, any misunderstandings, and to just give clear, honest intentions, to have clear, honest intentions with you moving forward. But they are willing to, take time, put that time in, that effort in that they need to. What are their intentions and next actions? The 7 of Wands reversed with the Temperance. Okay, so they're saying they acknowledge this point in your life where you may need to slow down, where you may need to recalibrate, reflect, take some weight off. It feels like there was heavy weight within this connection, that a competitive energy even. They don't want to compete. They rather have their peace. So that may resonate specifically for somebody here. But there's this real patient energy and allowing you the time and space to get, like, I just heard to get your act together for some of you, but to clear out a lot of the challenges that you do have playing out in the background of your life. They're such a patient person. They're such a patient person. They're a gentle person. They want to be gentle with you. They want to be patient with you. They're acknowledging the conflict, the hardships. Again, misunderstandings came up. There's some misunderstandings that may need cleared up here, just so they know where they stand within this connection. But it's like they want to know that they can be seen by you, that they will be seen and acknowledged by you. They don't want to, both of these sixes are reversed. They don't want to give where they feel it's not being received in the right way. But like I said, there aren't any conditions to how they feel about you. They will always be open and receptive towards you. They are in their own space of healing as well. I see their next actions towards you are to be seen by you emotionally. They want blah, blah. Sorry, I'm channeling. When I channel, I stutter, mumble, and jumble up my words, so please just bear with me. But they want to be seen by you. They want to be recognized by you. They actually want you to know how they feel. Really, how they feel. They're saying, I haven't been as open and honest with you because I'm scared of rejection. That's what that underlying fear is. That's also why they're being really patient with you. And it's also like divine alignment. You were brought into them and brought into their lives at a specific point in time. You are meant to create a lot of change within each other, to really wake each other up to some truths, into some healing and reciprocity. And yet they're scared. They're scared of rejection. They may be scared of what you think of them or how you see them. And I also get this energy for others that there was a misunderstanding where you both weren't on the same page. This is a person from your past, okay, where you weren't on the same page emotionally. You weren't able to give or receive in the way that made this person feel seen and acknowledged for their efforts, to their true potential. They're saying, like, you misjudged me. You did not hold me to the standard that I hold myself to. And so I had to pull away, and I don't feel acknowledged for what I have to offer. And then in that way, if that resonates with you, they're saying, I keep my distance. I kept my distance because I don't want to fight with you. If you're not going to acknowledge me in the way that I deserve, then I will keep my space. I'll keep my peace, and you can keep yours. And that's why then, temperance came out then for you, is to really clear up the fight. I don't want to fight anymore. I don't want this competitive energy, this clashing. It was taking more than it was giving. It's like, I want to give so much to you, but I can't. I can't unless I know where I stand with you. I can't give you everything unless you receive me. And so they want to be received. What are their next actions regarding that? Are they going to reach out? Are they going to talk to them? You have the Nine of Swords in reverse. Are they going to express this? The Nine of Swords in reverse with this Four of Swords, which is explaining that they have come to this conclusion themselves. There's peace within your connection. There's stability within your connection to the point where they're not feeling actively expressive in that way. It feels like there's enough understanding on both of your parts, they're saying, to where those fears and worries and those concerns that they may have had don't need acknowledged right away. It's not an emergency situation. They're okay with what they have. They're at peace with what was. And so this is really just up to the divine to interfere, or the divine to align you, especially with judgment and temperance. And it's going to take time, but I feel like Spirit is going to align you. It's going to take time though, because you both have things to work on. But to close your reading, I'm actually going to get my runes for advice and any more information, because with judgment, it just feels like something's going to happen within your connection that's going to allow more clarity and harmony, to where it doesn't feel like there's an energetic imbalance in the background. It feels like a lot of stuff's happening in the background in this connection. Not a lot is being done or said, It's more on an energetic level, and you do need to be mindful of your energy as well. Be mindful of where it's being pulled towards, because it feels like it does need tempered, and they're allowing that space for you too. They want you to, be in your peace, be in your harmony, whatever is going to create stability for you. That is also what they do want for you. Let me swap out this battery because it's dying, and I will be back. Okay, so I really hope it's not like too dark in here. Aw, I have a robin that's laying, like, every year she comes in, lays her little nest and her little eggs outside my window, and I get to watch life develop and fly the coop. Anyway, sorry. So let me get some runes here. I just heard delusional. There is a detachment here. Sorry, I'm doing that in front of here. There is a detachment here with this person. Again, I feel like it's on your end. You may feel emotionally unavailable for this person, even though they may be then the one who is more emotionally receptive towards you. But this Seven of Cups, just like delusion, like ungrounding energy, is just really messing with me. It's like you don't know if you should take them seriously, what you should even do about this person. And so I really hope that this reading helps you with that. I really hope it helps you get a better understanding of where you should actually put your emotions, your energy, where you should be investing right now. What do they need to hear about this person, please, Spirit? What do they need to know? You have the Star. You also have the Eye, the Scythe, and the Directions. Those three are going over the Judgment, and any runes that have the Eye need extra focus. They're the ones that are the most impactful within the rune reading. So changes, switching directions, not knowing your options, being indecisive, that's really affecting this connection. They see you as a star. They see you as somebody substantial. They see you as somebody who offers a lot of hope and love for people, who, I just heard has a lot to say. Like, you have some valuable things to say to people, and you are a light in your own respects. And they even see that of you. Like, they see your light. They want to say, I see your light. I see your potential. Oh, they see so much in you. And if this is just a friend, because the Ace of Cups isn't always a romantic love, this is really just allowing the beginning, opening up the opportunities for a connection and new beginnings. And it feels like they do want this new beginning, but it's going to be really disruptive, or this new beginning that you are going through with this person currently, it feels disruptive. It feels unstable. And yet they see so much potential in it. They have hope for the future. This is going over the Seven of Pentacles, which is speaking on the time, effort, and value that they want to put into you and into this connection. They see that you're worth putting time into, and they see a future with you. It's like, I don't mind waiting. I see a future with you. I don't mind where we are because I see a future with you. Regardless, even if there's nothing more than what we have right now, I value you. I see your potential. It kind of feels like a friend zone. Well, didn't I say that before? It feels like friend zoning, or it feels like this person may be stuck in the friend zone, or that's what they would accept. They would even accept just being friends with you if that's all they can get from you. But with the Scythe and the Directions and the Eye here, it feels like massive changes need to happen. You need to figure out what you want. You need to let them know as well if you are in contact with them. They need to know that of you. They need to see that of you. That's what Spirit's saying as well. Please don't lead this person on. If all you want is friendship, just make that clear to them. If you want more, but it's going to take a lot of uprooting, it's going to take a kind of, if you want more from this person, if this is the love interest for you, you're going to have to go through some heavy changes. You're going to have to find out what works for you, what works for them, how your connection can grow, and what direction do you even both want to take with this. Be intentful when you connect with this person, especially if it is sexually. Be intentful, because once you connect with them physically, they really take that to another level. And that's just because it's like they feel connected. Their heart is connected to their soul. So what they put their heart into, they're going to put their soul into. That's where they're going to find that attachment. And so make sure there's no confusion on where you want to go. There's going to be an opportunity to resolve. You have the new symbol. You have the connections, deepening your connections, speaking, having that open, honest communication. And you have this opportunity for a new beginning, or wherever you want to take this. Spirit's offering you. They're going to offer you this opportunity. You can take it, you cannot. You can be content on where you are with the Four of Swords and the Four of Cups and just stay complacent in certain aspects or certain respects. You can be in your peace. You can keep that stability, that peace within this connection, or you can open up communication, which Spirit's actually kind of advising you to do if you feel grounded, ready, able, and stable enough to do so, to express yourself in a way that will deepen your connection and offer this new beginning in whichever way you want to take it. It feels like this person will always be in your life, or they're always going to be in your energy. You're always going to hear stuff about them. You're always going to see them somehow, social media, or, if you're connecting with other people, other friends, events, especially. I see this as events as well. It feels just like a big shift in energy, but they're still going to be connected to you, but they're asking you to use your words wisely. Use them with intent. Be very receptive to this person and intimate in the way of vulnerability. Like, you cannot have that closeness unless you're vulnerable, and you're being asked to be vulnerable with them. If you want this new beginning with them, if you want to have them closer to you, then make that known, because they don't know. And they're just really letting it up to Spirit to make it happen for them. They've sown their seeds. They've done all they can on their part. They don't have a hand in this anymore, they're saying. I had to give it up energetically, and I'm just going off of you. So this secret admirer is really just wondering where you want to go. How close do you want them? What do you want for your future? What do you want with them? You're being just asked to be vulnerable in that way. And you also have the feminine and masculine. You balance each other. It's like, even if you're just friends, you're going to be friends for a very long time. They will always hold that cup of love for you. They will always be here for you, open to you. But they want that opportunity to grow with you, to expand with you. They want to be more in your inner circle. There may be a concern of how close you want them and where exactly they are going. But it feels like how I'll go anywhere with you. Like, I'd follow you anywhere. That's the energy. Like, I'd follow you anywhere. Just say the word and I'm here. But you would have to do that. You would have to put that masculine energy out there, the assertiveness to put yourself out there in that way, and then receive that feminine energy of being vulnerable, being open, being expressive, being receptive. You need both the light and the darkness to make this grow. You need that balanced reciprocity. You need open communication. Clarity needs to happen. And if you need that clarity from this person, and that's something you have been acknowledging, then facilitate, make a change, disrupt the status quo. You know what I mean? Like, you can't have change without friction. It's like you're juggling too much. You have too many options. Something needs to change here. Truth needs to come to light. You need to be vulnerable with this person. Be open, be receptive. And the future can go any which way you choose it to. But as long as you're open, you're honest, you're receptive, and you're moving in the way of your truth, then it's Spirit saying that nothing can go wrong. There is no wrong move. It feels like it's going to be very balanced in the end. There's going to be balance whether it's without them or with them. There's going to be balance whether you remain in this space of contentment or not. And also, I want to say, if you are friend zoning this person and they understand that then of you, they will gracefully move on, into their own beginning to make deeper connections with somebody who they feel is more receptive and open to them. They're kind of just in an open, fluid space themselves. So it's really just up to you. That's what Spirit's saying. This is up to you. But that is all I'm seeing in the cards for you today. I really hope this reading gave you clarity, in direction in whichever way, you know, Spirit's saying, hey, the direction's up to you. The action, the potential, this lies in your hands. They will be open to you, they will be receptive, and they're always going to hold that space of love, whether they are in connection with you or not, no matter where you go in life, no matter who you entertain. They're saying, like, I'll always be here. There's a foundation of like a friendship is what it feels like. There's a foundation of love. And so nothing that anyone can do will ever take that away. No amount of disruption. They'll always hold this light for you in their heart, whether they express that to you or not, whether you express that to them or not. Just know balance will always be your ending. Wherever you are is where you're supposed to be, is where you're meant to be. I hope this gave you clarity and guidance for you and your connection moving forward. If this resonated with you at all, definitely give it a like or comment if you feel. I would love to interact with you to hear what you have to say or how you resonate. If you would like to see future readings from me, subscribe and join the little tribe, and I will see you in the next reading. Bye. Hello, welcome to your reading. If you chose this cute little rose quartz crystal, then you are group 3 and this is your reading. Had to turn my light on because it's getting really dark. I feel bad for group 2. They got the darkness. That sounds so morbid. God bless them. In today's reading, we are here to find out who your secret admirer is, what their intentions are, and what their next actions are to you. I will also be using these cool little cards I got. Let's see. That they have some characteristics. So as I shuffle through, we can get some detail on their physical, how you would know them, to find out how you would know them. I'm also going to incorporate use my runes today. I love these and I get so many great channel messages from them, but I never used them in my videos yet. So here's kind of how some of them look, but that will be at the end as final messages and advice for you. So we are going to use these tarot cards now. The Lovers. We are going to use these tarot cards to find out who your secret admirer is, how you will know them. How do you know them? Who is group 3 secret admirer, please? Tune me into group 3 secret admirer. Your energy. Didn't I say at the beginning, like, I don't know. Oh, you have the Sun card. It's in reverse, though. Let me see. Maybe the deck was reversed. Okay, I'm not going to take that as reversal because the deck was reversed in my hand. It wasn't the usual, wasn't the usual way that I do shuffle it. So you do have the Sun card coming out first, which is so much light, love, like happiness, potential. That is a massive card to get as your first card in a reading. The Sun card. This is a major arcana card as well. So this person is really impactful. You're definitely going to know who they are because they do impact you deeply. There's somebody, I just heard serendipitous. There's somebody who may show up out of nowhere, and yet when they do, it's like they light up a room. Their presence, their energy is so bright and powerful, and like magical. It's just so many good things. Like, you probably have so many good things to say about this person. Who is the secret admirer of group 3? Who are their secret admirers? I just said, who are their secret admirers? So, if at the beginning, when you were picking through to see which deck resonated with you to get your group, you may have felt called to more than one group. If that is the case for you, definitely check out the other groups because you could have multiple people who are actually really attached to you right now. Otherwise, don't create, don't go out of your way to just look something up that may not resonate with you. If you didn't feel called to put multiple groups and only this group, then this is the group that is meant for you. Wow, the Three of Cups and the Queen of Wands. Oh my gosh. Here again, it's like you're seeing them. You would know them because you could share a community with them. You could share friends with them. You could see them out and about, like partying. And again, their presence lights up a freaking room. The Queen of Wands is somebody who is attractive, magnetic. They may get a lot of attention from other people is what I see. Whatever space they occupy. Is this your secret admirer? This could be mutual. You both could have admiration for each other. You both could really value each other and kind of like are attracted to each other in that way as well. And you would know them then because you share a friend group with them, or you know them from an intimate space where people are just kind of letting loose, having fun, letting their hair down, showing themselves off. They really like to be social in this aspect or this realm. They really like to dress nicely, smell nicely. I just heard they could be a Taurus moon, or they could really operate from that space of earthly possessions, but that doesn't mean they are materialistic. It just means that they like to dress themselves up. They like to look good. They like to feel good. And it helps boost their confidence as well to do this. And it helps them be more social, get more social, to really like dress up or take care of themselves. Or when you see them, it's like every time you see them, they just look freaking good. Like every time. They could do no wrong in your eyes. Or there's somebody who is like respected and somebody who's just a beautiful being. Their spirit's beautiful. Their energy's beautiful. How will they know? Who is Group 3's secret admirer? And how would they know them? Who's Group 3's secret admirer? The Seven of Pentacles in reverse. It feels like their time, like they don't have that much time with you. Again, with that like in and out energy. They come in your life. They impact you deeply. Very bubbly, very sociable, easy to connect with. You gravitate towards this person. And then it's like they have to disappear for a while for work, or really have to just like avert their focus, put it into something else. Or you know them from a space where they're there and they're putting themselves out there, and yet the focus is on something else, or they're in a certain area, they're occupying a certain space for something else, for another reason, and yet you're there and they can still socialize with you. So you could see them at their workspace, you can know them from their workspace, and you had developed your own connection with them then that way. I'm really getting this energy where you are their admirer as well. So you could even go to their workspace and you're just like, oh, like you're really admiring them. And yet you cannot be that involved within their personal life. You're really around when they are being social. Otherwise, you might not know too much about this person. You may only see one side of them as well, is what I feel. Especially because it's like you don't see their down days. You don't see the struggles that they go through. You don't see all the effort that it actually takes to be this Queen of Wands. All that goes into feeling this good. You know, it takes a lot to feel good sometimes. It takes a lot to look their best. It takes a lot to be who they are today. That's what they're saying. And so they're also letting me know that you don't actually see their struggles. You don't see what they go through. They like to put their best foot forward. It's not to deceive anybody. That's really when they're feeling energetic, and that's when they're feeling sociable, is when, you know, they're in that best-faced state, and feeling optimistic and energized. They could really like nature or sunshine. You could see them with a picture of like a sun glare, or sunflowers could resonate with this person. Sunshine, sunflowers. Who is Group 3's secret admirer? The Hierophant, excuse me, the Hermit. Why can I say that? I'm like channeling something. Hold on. The Hermit. Oh my gosh. I said I'm channeling. The Hierophant was the back of the deck energy. Okay. I'm like on it. I'm on point here in your reading. I'm sorry. So the Hermit. Again, they're showing me they value their solitude. Their solitude could look like isolation. It could appear to be isolation. You could feel really isolated from them. Take what resonates with you here in your story. But during this isolation, they're showing me they are growing. They are learning. They are elevating their material surroundings. They are somebody who is dedicated to growth, dedicated to spiritual development, especially. They could like to read. They could have books around their house. They could be somebody who offers really sound advice, who loves to give advice, who's really, I just hear they're really good at giving advice and giving information that is found within. This is wisdom that they have learned, acknowledged, utilized. They're really valued. What they have to say, or like the wisdom that they obtained, is really valued. That's how you would know them as well. You value what they have to say. You value their opinion. You value the wisdom that you learn. And yet they keep themselves to themselves. So there is a disconnect here where it's like they're just out of reach. And yet it feels like you still see them. You still look them up. You still get to communicate with them in some way, shape, or form. Even if it's not so direct. It is almost like that indirect communication. You can see them often. You know of a place you can go to see them often. That's how you would know them as well. Let me see what else using these cards here. How will group 3 know who their secret admirer is? Who is their secret admirer? Wow. So this person could have brown eyes. Their gaze or stare could be really prominent, intense. If you were looking at a photo of them, I feel like you're drawn to their eyes. Their eyes really stand out to you. And they feel all-knowing. They see everything. They could be psychic, intuitive. Oh, they're creepy. And it's, excuse me, it's not creepy like in a bad way. It's like they could creep you out. That's the energy. They know so much, or they see so much, that it could scare you sometimes. You would know them because they are insightful. They are wise. They are told things intuitively. They know things esoterically, or like through some given knowledge, some downloaded knowledge. They don't even they know things that they don't actually speak on. They know more than they say, or they know more than they come off to know. They could seem like airheaded at times, maybe, with this Queen of Wands, because they're so free-spirited in energy that you wouldn't realize how much they know, or how serious they can be at times, how intense they can be at times. Once they know stuff, when they know something, it's like they're justice seekers. They are somebody who wants the greatest good of all. And when it comes to those aspects, whether of themselves, their personal self, or the world around them, they stand up for what they believe in. And they're not scared to fight in the sense of the greatest good of all. It's really what it feels like. How would they know this person? Who is group 3's secret admirer? European. Oh, wow. I feel like they're artistic. They're mysterious. They could have been a smoker at a time. Side note. They could come off as elusive, mysterious, have really prominent features again, like their eyes. Their features really just like pull you in, their face, on their features on their face. And again, it feels like they're creative, artistic. They like to be expressive. And yet not many people get to see behind the scenes or get to see their inner world. You would know them because you see what they want you to see. You see the image they project. You see the things that they create, the art, the mystique, the projection of their personality. That's what it feels like. How will they know their secret admirer? Long hair and piercings. So their hair does stand out to you. They definitely could have long hair, dark hair, or wavy hair, have like some element that's really prominent. Their hair stands out when you see them. They could have piercings on their face, their nose in particular. And again, it's coming through as like their eyes, their gaze. They're a seer. They are a seer. Oh, they know some stuff. They know some stuff that they're not telling many people. You may actually be one. You may be here as well to just like see like what do they have to say. You may really want to know what they have to say to you. It feels like you're not in much contact. It feels more visual than verbal. And it doesn't feel like it's in a material space. It doesn't seem like you see them in person very often if you do. Or if you do, it's just around friends and you know, a fun light setting. But it's hard to get close to them. It's hard to get that intimate time with them. I might get channel messages for you as well, just because that came up. So you might get kind of spoiled. Because the other groups didn't get that. Shh, don't tell them. White American. I feel like that person's standing in the way. I don't know who that is. There may be a Caucasian feminine energy that's in the way of your connection, or that really wants to be up in your face, or that really wants all your attention. And if that doesn't resonate with you, of course, as this is a general reading, please always take the messages as they resonate for you. But if that doesn't resonate for you, their heritage really stands out to you. They may be mixed race. Even though this is white American, it's really just standing out their heritage and where they come from. They may be really connected to their roots. They may be really adamant about who they are, what they stand for, where they come from. And they may also remind you a lot of where they come from in a way that also reminds you where you come from. It's like that inspiration aspect of them. How they grow, how they connect with themselves could really inspire or impact you and other people, and motivate you to really get in touch with your roots, to get in touch with your feminine side, I just heard, with your mysterious mystic side. How will you know them? Man. Again, with the one face, feels like you only see one side of them. They may have turned from you in certain aspects, and it wasn't because they hate you. It wasn't because... It just feels like they're ignoring you. That's how you would know them, because you feel ignored by them, or you feel like you only get one side of them. You're only seeing one side of them. I just heard voodoo. So Black or African American is the back of the deck energy here, and I feel like that stands out because they may be witchy, they may be into spiritual practices, voodoo, different religions. They come across as really unorthodox in that way. Okay, so now I'm going to see what their intentions are and next actions are towards you. What is this person's? I just heard Raven. I just heard my name. You better stop snitching on me. So anyway, what are their intentions and next actions for group 3, Spirit? The Queen of Wands. They want to drill you in. They I'm sorry. They kind of want to show off. You make them feel seen. You make them feel beautiful or handsome, attractive. They really do enjoy that element of your connection. And the King of Pentacles is here. I was called to show you that as well. They feel secure within this connection when they are seen by you, when they are acknowledged by you. It's like that's all I need. You know, they're saying, I don't ask for much. And yeah, there's a little ego here, but they're so attractive. You would know them because like they're so easy on the eyes. They're easy to look at. They are fun. They are attractive. Their personality is bright. And I am shown this phallic symbol within the wands here that she's holding. So you could potentially pleasure yourself to this person as they could also pleasure themselves to you. I just have to be honest. That could have been why you know them. That could have been the nature of your connection. Really physical connection. And you inspire that within each other. And then here comes with their next actions and intentions. There was a Tower card with the 6 of Wands. There was an abrupt change. Something happened. Something was ripped out from under them. It changed their circumstances. It changed the way they behaved, the way they presented themselves to the world as well. It feels like I can't actually be seen as much as I want to now. I can't, I just keep hearing, I can't. Something was taking so much from them. Something demolished their foundations. It was disruptive. It feels like it was so hard to handle. They're referring to this situation within your connection that made it hard for them to relate to you. They feel like you can't relate to them. Like they're not going to be able to be recognized the same. It's this energy of like, you're not going to recognize me because I'm not the same person I used to be. So much has changed. So much has shifted. And I just heard, I keep replaying it. There's a fear here, and it's causing an insecurity that you're not going to see them the same. There may be imposter syndrome here because they hold themselves to such a high standard, and in this connection, they feel like they weren't able to evolve in the way of their initial intention, of what they really wanted. It caused them to feel like you may judge them. They feel like they may be seen as like a failure in some way, or you're going to discredit them in some way. Like they're concerned of how they're going to be perceived due to these sudden changes that they had to tend to. And it is regarding ways that you knew them, the way that they really portrayed themselves to you. It's like everything changed now. They're somebody else. So when you do see them next, they're not going to be who you remember. And that's causing some insecurities. What are their next actions and intentions? Their intentions are to be honest about it, to really illuminate the illusions, to make clear the changes that are happening and you know, the things that are no longer going to work for them. It's like they can't treat you the same way they used to. They can't behave in the ways that they used to, that they were recognized for, that they were celebrated for, that they were really known for. And they have to break through the illusions now. Their intention is to do that, is to break the illusions. They're like, I'm still this person. I'm still this Queen of Wands. Like, I'm still a boss ass biatch. I'm still somebody who has a lot of moves to make. I'm somebody who still has a lot of potential, who is still loving and warm and receptive, but I do have heavy boundaries now. I have heavy boundaries now. I have my guard up in ways. My intention is to move with caution, but with truth. And I can't be like people pleasing just for the sake of being known, just for the sake of being acknowledged and celebrated by other people around me. I celebrate myself, and that is enough, and that's what has to be enough. But I do want to bring these illusions to light. I do want to express that to you. I want you to know me. If you're gonna know me at all, know the true me. They want to acknowledge their fears, really, their fears of not being seen as the hero in essence, okay? They don't, I feel like they're humble, but the way they present themselves at times, people could see them as just being really, like, overt. There's a fear of being misjudged here. Again, with that energy of you knew a past version of me, but I am not that person anymore. I still have and carry those same qualities that you are attracted to, you know, but there are illusions within this connection that may have you being attached to somebody I'm not. And so they do intend to at least be honest about that, because there has been a lot. Yeah. The Chariot just came up. Their intentions are to act. Their intentions are to make progressional moves forward, to acknowledge their fears, acknowledge their emotions, acknowledge the light and dark and everything in between and all that they have overcome. And I'm getting goosebumps right now. Oh my gosh, they overcame so much. They had this tower moment that took everything away from them that they thought they knew. And I want to say thought they knew because Spirit's saying, you know, there could be no tower if it was on steady, stable foundations to begin with. So however they were operating, this was to help them. Although it was at the detriment of this connection, you know, it was for the greatest good of all. It was for this new success in motion forward, this new ability to move with force in willpower, to really rein in that energy and take control of their lives. They had to start taking control of their lives in an honest way without illusions. And a part of this connection was attached to the illusion of them. You could be attached to what you wanted to see of them. You could have been attached to like a false version of this person. It's like, it's just this energy of writing. Sorry, I don't know where that just stopped, but they're saying, to move in my fullest power, my fullest potential for myself. And if you want success within this connection, you know, truth, clarity, honesty, you can come with me. I see victory. They're saying we can be together. We can have a successful connection. It feels like there's a hierarchy. They're kind of like saying like, I have to be up here though. Like I have to be my top priority is what they're saying. But as long as I can do that, as long as I can, you know, take care of my needs, move in my authenticity, still express myself freely, they really need that. Oh, I have to say that. They were not able to express themselves fully, and that just like took a part of their soul, that they felt like a slave to however your connection was, and it was causing them to feel like they aren't succeeding in their life. It was taking away. It's like this just false illusions. It's like a false version of success in their mind. And Spirit had to cause this tower moment so that they can create true, honest success in their life, so that they could find what drives them, what motivates them, and create success even within this connection. For the next actions and intentions, Spirit. The next time you see them, I'm just being called to say, the next time you see them, they are moving with a lot of truth, with a lot of clarity, with a lot of honesty. And they are saying, I want you with me. Like I do. I want you a part of my story I just heard. I want you, you know, sheesh. They're saying like, I want you, but I acknowledge if I can't have you. And that's fine then if that's the case. Like I still have to charge forward into my future for myself. And that's not to say that I don't care about you, but that's just to say that I have to be my main priority. Like they're really in main character energy, as we all should be in our lives. You are the main character in your life. So move in that main character energy for yourself to create balance, stability, progression, harmony, success. Move with ambition. I want to say that as well. Continue to move with ambition. There's a message here. One of your guides, this could be a grandparent. This is a really adamant figure. And it feels like they did know you in your life. And they're saying, when I say that ambition, move. Let me channel them real quick. What do they have to say, Spirit? Move with force. Move with the ambition. Do not let anybody cloud your potential. Do not let anybody stop your potential. And this is also with their being guided. Like their guides are saying this to them as well. This is a really collective energy here. But Spirit also wants you to move in your fullest potential and power, have determination, have force in the things. It's like not a toxic force. No. Force in the way of overcoming your fears and within this connection, because that's what they're asking of you as well. Even if they don't have the direct way to say it, they are taking this opportunity to let you know they are willing to do that. If you are willing to do that, are you willing to overcome your fears for the success of this connection, to really admit, I just heard the wrongs, to admit the illusions, to admit defeat in certain ways, but to admit defeat in the way of there's so much more. Like we can have so much more. There's so much more ahead of us. There's so much potential. There's so much potential within this connection, but will you move with me? Will you also overcome your fears? Will you also take me as I am? Humbly, you know? That's really what it feels like. Oh, they just feel so precious. I'm sorry, they feel precious. They really are just forming stability in their own life. And they're saying, like, I'm giving you the chance. If you want stability within this connection, then we can have that stability and success together. Without the illusions. Without that version of me that you may have been latched to or holding on to, that you know them from, like the way that they were recognized or known for, the things that they were known for has changed and shifted. And so if you can overcome your or any limitations, really. If you can overcome the limitations, so can they. And they're saying, I've overcome so much. I've overcame my limitations. A part of this connection was limiting. It's the way that they had created this connection, especially if you just know them like online. You just know them because you like their profile or whatever setting you know them from. Those foundations have changed. And you wouldn't recognize who they are anymore, they're saying, because I have changed. I have evolved beyond the person who kind of depended on ego in ways to survive, it feels like. With the illusions here, they could have just been in survival mode, and now there's insecurities because they're not who you would recognize potentially. I hope this coloring isn't awful. Whatever I can see doesn't look fantastic. The Nine of Cups came out anyway. So their intentions and next actions towards you is to create happiness wherever they can. They're not placing their happiness on you anymore. I really want to say that. They're not placing that on you. And because it's not your responsibility. They are somebody who wants to be patient, who is just intending to be caring, patient, understanding, moving very intuitively. They're very emotionally aware and emotionally resilient. Spirit said they're very emotionally resilient. And so they're not laying all their eggs in one basket. They're not putting all their eggs in one basket. They're not letting all that expectation be on you in this connection. I just heard they are taking back what is rightfully theirs. Again, with that Chariot as well. That determination, that force. I just heard velocity. They are creating their happiness through other means. Doesn't mean that you don't make them happy. It's just they're not letting all that responsibility lie on you anymore. At the same time, that is their intention, is to not let that be all on you. So if that is any of the fear, if that is any of your personal limitations within this connection, that, I can't satisfy them. There's no way that I can give them what they want, what they need. They're saying, I'm fulfilling my own needs. You don't even have to do that. You don't have to do that anymore. Just as I released, things of my past and things of my nature. It's like I'm still that person, but I'm moving differently now. I'm not moving with such a, I just heard like a traumatized ego. Like that survival energy is really coming through. They don't want to move like that anymore, and they're not. And they're saying that was a part of my limitations as well. So if you can take that same aspect of yourself, take out the ego, take out the need for me to be your everything or your only cup of happiness or your source of fulfillment. If you can go beyond those limits of your ego, we can have success. There is success in the cards. There is a successful future if you can break beyond those limitations, if you can move forward past those implied boundaries. But I'm actually going to get some runes as advice for you. What advice does group 3 need to know, Spirit? I just heard in your connection. Listen, you have this opportunity to create a new potential. I just heard. Create a new potential, to create a new beginning, to have growth, to see how much they have grown, to see like they feel like a budding, like flowers are really coming through with this person. Flowers, nature, light, sunshine, optimism, and growth. It's like they're in this energy of just growth, and they've worked through the foundations. I see like the dirt is moist, it's fertile, and now you're getting to see all the things that have come to bud from everything that they put their effort, energy, and attention into. Everything that they are growing for themselves. It's like they really want to show you. They want you to be a part of it, and at the least they want you to witness it. And they do. You are being granted this opportunity for deepening your connection, for a new beginning that is more intimate. More time with this person, potentially. You're going to be offered more time with this person. In all this, we all have free will. You don't have to take it. You can just explore and appreciate the intimacy and the connection that you do have currently. And, the future is yours to do with what you will. But Spirit's saying, I'm giving you this chance. So what are you going to do with it? Are you going to take it? You have an opportunity. They are going to be receptive towards you. They're willing to open up. I just heard that can of worms for some of you, but they are willing to open up more to you and to more to the potential of deepening your connection as well. And you do have the scythe with directions. So a change of course is coming, a change of course in this connection, a change in your communication. It's like they're letting you know their notice. This is so weird, like how I'm explaining this, I don't know. But they're letting you know, this is what I have to offer, this is what I have to give. The choice is yours. It feels like there's multiple choices, multiple avenues you could go, multiple directions you could potentially take this connection, but multiple ways in which you could change this connection in the direction you move forward. The choice is yours. You have a lot of choice coming ahead of you, but there is a lot of change. There is potentially, it feels like conflict. There's potential conflict within this change. And I feel like that's only perception. There's only conflict where you feel there is conflict. Because it feels like anything can go, it can go any type of way. But your intention also dictates that. Where you want to go and take this dictates that, because movement is happening regardless. Chariot's out here, that is a major arcana card. It is happening. I just want to say, like, it's happening to us, but it's happening for us. Like, this is coming, this is happening, shifts are coming, shifts are changing, movement, forward progression is coming to you. Where do you want to take it? That's what Spirit's saying. And you have, yes. So you have the harvest in this beautiful rune with the 3 circles, which speaks on connections, harvesting. Like, you have potential to grow and expand this connection into other connections. Or it feels like this community, like they're growing a community, and you have this opportunity to be a part of that growing community. They want you there. I want to say that. They want you in this journey with them. Like, grow with me, change with me. And it's not in a selfish way. It's like, we can do this together. For the greatest good of all, we can change. We can own our truths. We can be in our most authentic versions and love each other, grow together, stimulate growth, stimulate potential, collab potentially, connect, definitely. Like, you could even collab with this person if you know them from like social media, or if they have a platform or something like that. It feels like you could collaborate with this person here. I'm being shown there's opportunity to be had with this person if you want to take it, if you choose that route. Choices are coming. You have options. We are never limited. That is only our perception. Our limits are our perception of a situation. There is always choice. There is always a direction. What growth and change we want to stimulate is within our realm of control. And it is, again, within this connection moving forward. So I hope these messages came through clearly for you and they did resonate with you. I hope you are now able to see where you would like to place your energy, take this connection, and where your focus should be. If this reading resonated with you at all, please give this a thumbs up. And if you would like to leave a comment as well to let me know how this resonated with you, what you got from this reading, how you enjoyed this reading, or if you have any questions as well, like I'm definitely open to answering any questions you may have. And if you would like to see future readings from me, click the subscribe button. Make sure you turn the notifications on so you are notified whenever a new video drops, and join the little tribe. And I'll see you in the next reading.